If you're a coach who's wondering how you are going to get your business to grow over the summer, if you're worried that perhaps over the summer period things are going to slow down and your business growth is going to stop, then this is the episode of the show for you. I'm going to share how you can make sure that your business grows and thrives over the summer. Let's dive in. Hi there, welcome to the Wholehearted Business Show. I'm Laura. I help health and life coaches get more clients, grow their businesses and live the best lives while they do it. And today on the show we're talking all about the summer period and how you can ensure that your business will grow and thrive even over the summer. Now, the first thing I want to dive into with this is, if you are listening to this and you have got no worries or preconceived ideas about how your business might grow over the summer, then don't worry about it. Don't listen to this. It's fine. If you've got no worries about that whatsoever, then don't worry about it at all. However, I know that it is normal for some of us to worry about summer being a slow period in business and how that might impact us and whether or not we benefit from the potential lack of momentum over the summer. So first of all, kind of just want to say that because it's not the case, and as I'm going to go on, obviously I'm going to challenge that assumption that we sometimes make, that summer is a slower period, because it's not always a slower period at all, and it doesn't have to be, and there's certainly things that you can do. So as we are, we're well into summer now. I'm kind of recording this probably a little bit late in the day, in the middle of July, but I wanted to talk about it because I think it's a really interesting topic. You know, there's different periods of the year, there's different seasons, you know, in terms of like what is externally going on for you, as well as what's internally happening in your life that are going to impact your business. And I think it's really interesting to perhaps challenge the assumption that summer is going to be slow. It doesn't have to be slow. There's lots of things that you can do to ensure that summer is actually a really positive season for your business. And I'm going to talk about some of those things as well. Obviously, it's not summer everywhere. And I know guys in the Southern Hemisphere are probably like, everyone's talking about summer and it's not summer for us. So apologies. I know that for you guys in Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, so on, you know, half of the world, it is not summer, but hopefully this is something that will still be relevant to you when the time comes, depending on, basically what we're talking about is a period of time when it feels like the world's kind of on a downtime kind of thing, or, you know, like people are like slowing down. And there's various different times when that happens in different people's kind of own seasonal patterns. So really that's what we're talking about in this episode. The other thing that I want to mention before I get into the main tips is I am running a new program which is all around, it's all over the summer as well. I'm taking one of our tips and making it work for me here, but it is all about how we can work with the launch kind of approach to selling our coaching offers, any other offers and programs that we have. So if you're thinking about September and you're wanting to do a big push in terms of sales, in terms of getting more clients into your one-to-one program, this program over the next 6 weeks is going to take you through the things that you might want to think about and understand in terms of running some kind of launch style. I do know that September presents a big opportunity for a lot of us in terms of like people's brains do switch on in September. We've got the whole kind of, you know, like the alternative new year, I think, in September. And I just think it's one of my favorite times of year. And I think it's wonderful for doing something focused in your business that is like a launch style thing. So I will put a link in the description if you want to go and check out a bit more about what that's all about. Do take a look. It's going to be like a live program. There's going to be some workshops in that and some trainings and lots of things that you can take away and implement in your business. It's really actionable. So if you basically want to do something in September that is going to drive more clients, more sales in your business, then you want to check that out. So check out the link in the description for that. So like I say, just to go back to what I was saying before, summer doesn't have to be slow unless you want it to be. Like in my case, I have got my kids off. We're just about, like, we've got 1 week left of school and then we're into the 6 weeks holidays. I kind of intentionally want the 6 weeks holidays to be fairly slow. And I know that when I'm not necessarily showing up in the same way, that is going to impact my sales. I am launching that little kind of like live program because I think it sounds really fun. And yes, I do want to still bring in some income over the summer, but doing it in a way that feels really, really good to me. I've just gone completely fully booked for one-to-one clients. So that's really exciting. So I've got no more capacity for anything one-to-one, but doing something like this feels really, really exciting. And that kind of leads me nicely into my first point, which is to create some kind of sales plan for over the summer. So if you're going into the summer and you know that you want to make more sales and that you want to keep your business thriving, creating some kind of a sales plan can make a lot of sense. And really a sales plan is just, what is it I'm selling? How am I selling it? What's the approach that I'm taking? How am I going to drive sales to it? Like it's basically what I'm going to cover in this particular program that I'm going to create with you guys and deliver it live. That's what we're going to be doing, but for September. But it can be really, really simple in terms of like, this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to drive sales. But just having that intention behind it. There's so many coaches who don't have any kind of sales plan at all, and then wonder why they're not getting clients, because they might be doing the marketing and they might be doing, lots of other things, but actually when there's no intentionality around sales, that's where we can get into some trouble. So that's really, again, what this live program is going to be like over the summer. But in terms of you getting more better results for yourself over summer, having a sales plan can make a really, really big difference. Something else that you can do over summer is to sell something that's summer specific. So depending on what your niche is, your people are going to be impacted by seasonality in different ways, and actually really talking to that and actually creating something that is specifically for people to engage with over summer can be a fantastic idea. Again, likewise when it goes into autumn, likewise when we're going to Christmas and so on, all of these different seasons. I'm a really big fan of looking at how your business and your clients in particular are impacted by seasonality, and actually talking to that point and making that a specific thing. So really think about what is going on for your people in this particular season, and can you create something specific to sell to them that is going to make sense for that particular season, including summer obviously as well. Something else that you can do is you can offer a summer specific special offer or discount. So if you already have offers in place, you already have maybe a one-to-one coaching offer, maybe some smaller offers, you can do some kind of small flash sale, some kind of discount, some kind of time limited bonus, basically something that kind of drives sales. I mean, this all comes back to having that sales plan, to be fair, but doing something specifically in the season that is around, and you can theme it into the summer if you want to, and running some kind of discount or special offer that is designed to drive sales over the summer as well. And this is where we start to play around with a little bit of urgency and scarcity. As long as it feels okay and ethical to you, you can play around with that in the summer and it can work really, really well. Something I'm probably going to do at some point in the summer is offer some like a flash sale on some of my courses and programs, because I'm going to review all the prices for those. So just think about that as you go into summer. Can you do something around that just kind of boosts things and drives things a little bit in the right direction? Another thing that you can do is to create some seasonally kind of angled content. So create some content for your marketing that is around summer. This episode of the show is a prime example of how I'm doing that. I'm trying to, create some good content, hopefully some helpful ideas, some things to get you thinking about stuff in terms of how summer might be impacting you as a coach. Thinking about creating marketing content that is really going to talk to the season that we are in and how people are going to be impacted by that season can be really powerful as well. Something else that can be fun as part of creating kind of seasonal content for the summer is maybe doing some like live Q&As, do some live chats, do something that's like live, like a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live around the topic of summer, and answer people's summer related questions, and again, everyone's niche is different, and some people's niches will be way more impacted by what happens in summer than some others. But just kind of be led by your people and what you think their concerns are, if they've got any particular concerns in this season, and really use that to engage people. Because even if you don't necessarily increase your sales massively, for example, over summer, which hopefully some of these tips will help you do that, but even if you don't, you just engaging people prior to September is still a really, really good strategy. So think about how you can help people with this kind of seasonally based content. Another thing that you can do as well to help your business grow over the summer is to create a summer challenge. Challenges, I'm a big, big fan. As a health coach, I ran loads of challenges. They're one of my favorite things to do in terms of like marketing and engagement and sales. And you can run a summer challenge. It can be a paid challenge or a free challenge, but summer's just a really, really good time, especially again, if you work it in and if it makes sense to your ideal clients. Perhaps if your ideal clients are all, people who are taking lots of time off over the summer, then it might not be the best thing. But for people who might actually have more time in summer, and I mean, again, I think a lot of this is about questioning the assumptions that we make about what the reality of this time period is. I think part of what this episode of the show is all about is sometimes the tendency can be to think, summer's going to be slow, so I just won't show up, or I'll just kind of like go quiet myself. And actually that's not the case. Like I really think that if you show up, you've still got a lot of capacity and a lot of ability to make sales and to grow your business over the summer, as long as you are showing up. I used to work with a fantastic coach called Lucy Sheridan. Some of you guys will know her as the comparison coach. And I can always remember her saying to me, so many people like just take the summer off and just don't show up. And again, no shade, because I'm taking a lot of time off in summer. But she kind of made the point that, you know, you can get a real head start on people if you are still showing up in some way, shape or form. And I think it's just about finding a way of showing up that makes sense for you, given how you want your summer to look for yourself, because it isn't just about showing up for the sake of it. And like I say, for me, my working hours go down by about 50%. But I still want to show up with my business. I don't want to take the foot off the pedal. I still want to be around, but I also want to have lots and lots of time with the kids and doing fun things. And, you know, and I can work around that. That's the beauty of having a coaching business, is you can work around all of that stuff. So it's thinking in that way can be really, really helpful too. But yes, a challenge is an amazing thing to run over the summer. Another thing that you can do in summer to help your business grow is to look for kind of summer focused or summer specific collaborations. And this can be in terms of things like bundles and summits. I love being involved in a bundle over summer. I'm going to be involved in one this summer. I love that. It just seems to be a good time of year for it. And I really enjoy doing those kind of collaborations. But this can also just be about looking at other businesses in similar niches to you, or perhaps similar like adjacent industries or niches to you that do thrive in the summer, and how can you partner with them so that you get to kind of like ride a bit of their wave, if you like, and still be, you know, enjoying that growth back to your business, or that collaborative kind of benefits back to your business by working with them in some kind of way. So there's lots of different things that you can do with people, and really think creatively about that. Can you do, you know, some Instagram lives together? Can you, you know, add value to their membership? Like, think outside the box when it comes to these kind of collaborations as well. And then kind of in line with the collaborative side of things, it's also thinking about any in-person events that you can attend. Summer is a really popular time, obviously, for in-person events, whether that's things like actual networking events or conferences, or it's, you know, summer fairs and wellness festivals and things like that. And those are really, really good opportunities to go along, meet new people, be visible, network. They can be fantastic opportunities and ways to grow your business in the summer. So definitely look at the opportunities that in-person events might have in your local area, further afield, depending on, you know, how far you want to travel, to be fair. So have a look and see what opportunities are available there too. And then just to say, if sales do feel a bit hard in summer, that's okay. You know, it's one of those things to start to look at the patterns of sales in your business. And if it is just part of the pattern of your business, whether it's because of the way that you need to show up in your business, because it's the way that your, you know, customers and clients, their lives are, that's fine. Just kind of look at the patterns in terms of the future so that you can like map that in to how your business works for the future. And also then think about, well, if sales aren't a thing in the summer, how can I focus on different parts of the business? Maybe that's something about summer being a time when you do lots of like internal behind the scenes stuff, like updating things. Maybe it's that you switch to more of like an audience building, community engagement kind of focus in your business. Those things are still going to grow your business really, really well. And again, like I say, it's really good prep for September. So think about the other things that you can do that are still going to grow your business. And again, just to go back to like the kind of main point of this whole episode of the show is, first of all, kind of challenging the assumption that you think that summer is going to be slow. And then that assumption often leads to us just not showing up at all. And it's really to challenge that. And I think if you do want summer to be a time of year that you really thrive in your business, there's ways that you can absolutely make that happen. And like I say, the key thing, you know, having a summer sales plan, maybe creating something that is summer specific to sell, having a discount or special offer that you run in the summer, you know, looking at in-person events, looking at collaborations. And if all that else fails, then really focusing on the audience building and the community engagement side of things so that you're well prepped and well ready for September. It can also be a great time of year to learn something new, to look at the courses that you've bought, to buy new courses and programs and to get involved in them and just get everything ready for September. So in my business, like I said, I'm going to be running this small little kind of like live program, which is all around how we can use the launch approach without it being like necessarily like rubbishy launchy. And I kind of say that because I think there's a bit of a launches have got a bit of a bad rap lately, I think, in the online business space. And a lot of people are like actively moving away from launches, and that's absolutely fine. Like for some people, the launch approach just does not feel good, and that's totally fine. But the way that I do it in my business, I really enjoy it. And I think for a lot of people's businesses, they would really benefit from that. If you're someone who is not getting sales in your one-to-one coaching offers, if you're not getting sales at all If you just want to try something different, then do check out that program. I'll be totally honest, I haven't even got a sales page ready for it yet as I'm recording this, so check the description because I will have a sales page in there when this goes out that tells you a little bit about it. But I'm really, really excited to run that because the more that I'm working with people in Wholehearted Business and my one-to-one clients, the more that I see that this is a really helpful kind of strategy or approach to understand that you can pull out of the bag whenever it makes sense for you in your business if you want to drive more sales. It's just a really, really effective way of doing things, and it doesn't have to be this heavy going, all out expensive, energetically draining launch. It can actually be something that's much, much simpler. So we're going to look at that in that particular program, check that out. And like I say, that kind of brings me on to my own summer sales plan, which is kind of like the overarching way that we pull some of these different things together. And for myself, like I say, I tend to, certainly over the 6 weeks that we've got coming up from like the middle of July going into the end of like the start of September, when my children are off school, I work vastly less. Like I'm saying 50%, it's probably less than 50% of what I would usually be working. And it's really for me about focusing on making sure that my one-to-one clients and my Wholehearted Business clients are well served. And then it's about what have I got time for after that sounds fun, that gives me a little income boost in the summer, that kind of helps to prepare me for September, because I will be opening Wholehearted Business in September and doing a little kind of launch style thing for that. So what do I need to be doing around that? And like I say, this particular program really excites me. So I'll be doing that. And then otherwise, my focus is really on the audience building. So that's something that I'm sure at some point in the behind the scenes episode of the show, I'll report back on that and what I've been doing around audience building that's really been working. So I'm really excited about the summer, and it just feels like a nice change of pace, some really good fun things to work on and to put together for people. And I'm really excited to be doing it. So yeah, check out the link for that in the description if you want to join us. And yeah, I will be seeing you next week. If you've got any feedback on this episode, please let me know. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, leave me a comment and let me know what you've enjoyed about this particular episode. That is always so helpful if you enjoy these episodes. I'm back next week with another solo episode, so I really hope that you will enjoy that when I come back with that one. It's a good one, and I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.